My brother mocked my old car until he saw what I was driving a year later. They say success is the best revenge. I say pulling up in your dream car while your brother stands there speechless is even better. When my 2004 hatchback died in my parents' driveway, sputtering, smoking, and making sounds like a dying animal, my older brother Mason didn't just laugh. He filmed it, posted it online, reenacted the car death scene at family dinner while everyone laughed along. "You'll never afford anything better," he said with absolute certainty. And honestly, part of me believed him. But here's what Mason didn't know. While he was busy mocking my failures, I was quietly building something he couldn't imagine. This is the story of how a broken-down car became my catalyst, how late nights in a grimy garage became my classroom, how viral videos changed my trajectory, and how the brother who said I'd never upgrade ended up staring at my custom 2025 electric roadster in complete silence. He mocked my old car. He didn't expect what I'd be driving a year later. Neither did I, honestly. But sometimes the best transformations start with the loudest humiliations. Hey everyone! Before we dive into today's story, let me know where you're watching from in the comments below. Drop your city or country. We love connecting with our global community. If you're enjoying our content, please hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss our amazing stories. Share this with friends who've been underestimated. Now, let's get into Jordan's incredible journey. I'm pulling into my parents' driveway for Sunday dinner when my 2004 hatchback starts making that sound, the one I've been dreading for weeks. A grinding, wheezing noise that turns heads for all the wrong reasons. I try to make it into a parking spot, but halfway through the turn, the engine dies completely. Just stops. The car rolls to a halt at an awkward angle, blocking half the driveway. I sit there, hands gripping the steering wheel, willing it to start again. It doesn't. Through the windshield, I see my older brother Mason walking out of the house, phone already in his hand, recording. "Oh, this is gold," he shouts, laughing. "Bro, that's not a car. That's a cry for help." The engine makes one final death rattle. Smoke starts seeping from under the hood. Mason circles the car, filming from different angles like it's a nature documentary. Here we witness the final moments of Jordan's dignity. My parents appear on the porch. My dad shakes his head, trying not to laugh. My mom covers her mouth. I get out of the dead car, my face burning with humiliation. "You gonna get that towed, or just leave it here as modern art?" Mason asks, still filming. "It'll start. Just needs to cool down." "Yeah, because that's what healthy cars do. Randomly die and need cooling off periods." He's almost crying with laughter. I grab my bag and walk past him into the house while he uploads the video to his Instagram story. At dinner, Mason can't let it go. "So there I am, just walking out to say hi when I hear this sound." He makes an exaggerated wheezing noise that has the whole table laughing. "Mason, enough," my mom says, but she's smiling. And then, and I'm not exaggerating, smoke just starts pouring out. Like the car was literally giving up on life in real time. More laughter. My dad raises his glass. "To Jordan's car. May it rest in peace." They all clink glasses. I force a smile and eat my food while Mason reenacts the scene with sound effects and dramatic gestures. "The best part is," Mason says, leaning back in his chair, "you'll never afford anything better anyway. Not with your salary. You're stuck with that death trap or the bus." Something shifts in me at those words. Not anger, determination. 1 year, I say quietly. What? Give me 1 year. Everything changes in 1 year. Mason laughs. Sure, little bro. 1 year. I'll set a reminder. He actually pulls out his phone and creates a calendar event, showing it to everyone at the table. Check if Jordan still drives a garbage can. They all laugh. I don't argue. I just mentally mark the date, exactly 1 year from today. Monday morning, I have my car towed to Ridgewood Auto, the only shop I trust. Tony, the owner, pops the hood and lets out a low whistle. How long's it been making that noise? 3 weeks. And you kept driving it? I couldn't afford to fix it. He inspects the engine for a few minutes, then stands up, wiping his hands. Jordan, I'll give it to you straight. The engine's basically a paperweight now. You'd spend more fixing this than it's worth. It's cheaper to buy a bicycle. I can't afford a different car either. Then you need to afford one. Save up, get something reliable. He pauses, studying my face. Or better yet, if you want a better ride, build a better income. How? Find a skill people will pay for. Work harder than everyone else. Stop waiting for things to get better and make them better. The advice hits harder than the repair bill would have. That night, I researched side hustles I can start with minimal investment. Car detailing videos keep appearing in my feed. People transforming disgusting interiors into showroom condition with basic supplies and elbow grease. It looks doable. I could afford the basic supplies. I have access to Tony's garage after hours. I watch tutorials for hours, taking notes on techniques, products, and pricing. My first customer is my neighbor who pays me $40 to detail her Honda. I spend 3 hours on it, vacuuming, shampooing, polishing. Everything looks great until I accidentally use the wrong product on the seats and permanently stain the fabric. She demands a refund. I give it to her along with an extra $20 for the damage. I sit in Tony's garage afterward, staring at the ruined seat fabric, wondering if I should quit. Mason hears about the seat disaster somehow, probably from our mom, and texts me. You can't fix a car, and you can't fix a life. Maybe stick to the bus. I stare at that message for a long time. Then I stay up until 3 a.m. watching more tutorials, practicing techniques on junkyard car parts Tony lets me use. I learn what products work on what materials. I learn the proper pressure, the right tools, the careful patience required. Something ignites in me that I've never felt before, not just motivation but obsession. I'm going to master this. Not just for money. To prove I can. A local realtor named Sarah Chen sees my practice videos on Instagram. I've been posting my junkyard experiments and messages me. I need 5 luxury cars detailed before a photo shoot Friday. Can you do it? 5 cars. Luxury cars. 2 days away. This is way bigger than anything I've attempted. Yes. I type back before I can overthink it. She sends the address. I panic immediately. I call Tony. I'm in over my head. Help. What do you need? Better equipment. Guidance. Confidence. Come by the shop at 6 a.m. We'll prep together. Thursday at dawn, Tony teaches me professional techniques. He lends me commercial-grade equipment. Don't overthink it. Trust your training and pay attention to details. You got this. I show up at Sarah's property Friday morning with borrowed equipment and fading confidence. The cars are beautiful. 2 Mercedes, a BMW, a Lexus, and a Tesla Model S. I start with the BMW, working methodically through every step Tony taught me. First, a thorough wash to remove surface dirt. Then clay bar treatment to pull out embedded contaminants. Paint correction to remove scratches and swirls. Polish to bring out depth. Finally, ceramic coating for protection and shine. The transformation is visible in real time. What looked dull and neglected slowly becomes mirror-like. Sarah checks on me around noon. "This is incredible. The BMW looks brand new." That's the goal. When I start the Tesla, she watches the whole process. The white exterior is covered in water spots and oxidation from sitting outside for months. "Can I film this?" she asks. "My followers would love to see the transformation." "Sure, I guess." She sets up her phone on a tripod and records me working, washing, claying, polishing. She captures before shots of the dirty panels, and after shots of the gleaming finish. I don't think much of it. I'm focused on doing quality work. By evening, all 5 cars sit in her driveway gleaming under the sunset. They look like they just rolled off a showroom floor. Sarah inspects each one carefully, taking photos from every angle. "Jordan, this is exceptional. Truly exceptional." She hands me $800 in cash. "I'm recommending you to everyone I know. You're going to be busy." I drive home in Tony's truck, my hands aching, my clothes soaked with sweat, but feeling more accomplished than I have in years. That night, I shower and collapse on my couch with my phone. A notification. Sarah tagged me in a video. I click it. It's the Tesla transformation. 60 seconds of before and after magic set to music. The caption reads, "This is what professionals can do." If you need detailing, Vale Auto Restoration is your answer. I check the view count, 100,000. I refresh, 150,000. I watch as the number climbs in real time. 200,000, 300,000. By midnight, it's at 500,000 views. My DM inbox explodes. "Where are you located?" "Do mine next." "How much for a full detail?" "Can you come to my house?" I've been looking for someone like this. I stay up until 4 a.m. responding to messages, creating a booking system in a Google Doc, setting up appointments for the next 2 weeks. When I finally go to bed, I have 43 confirmed bookings and counting. My schedule explodes. I'm detailing 2 cars a day, sometimes 3 on weekends. I barely sleep. Wake up at 5 a.m., work until midnight, collapse, repeat. Mason walks past Tony's garage one night around 11 p.m. I'm outside finishing a sedan under floodlights. "Quiet down, entrepreneur," he calls out mockingly. "Some of us have real jobs and need sleep." I ignore him and keep polishing. But the money is real. Very real. 3 weeks later, I count my earnings. $4,200 in 21 days. More than I made in 2 months at my retail job. A wedding planner contacts me with an emergency. Her client's Rolls-Royce needs restoration before photos tomorrow. The previous detailer damaged the interior. Can you fix it? Send me pictures. The photos show leather scratches, water stains, and dust embedded everywhere. This is the hardest job I've been offered. Also the highest stakes. I'll pay double your rate if you can have it perfect by morning. Double rate on a Rolls-Royce? That's $1,600. I'll have it ready. I work through the night, carefully repairing leather, removing stains with specialized techniques Tony taught me, polishing until every surface gleams. At 6 a.m., I text her. Ready for pickup. She arrives, inspects every inch, and tears up. It's perfect. Better than new. She hands me $1,600 in cash, then posts before and after photos online. If you need luxury detailing, this is your guy. By noon, I have 15 new DM requests. I'm sitting in my apartment staring at my bank app. $8,900 in 6 weeks. I've never seen this much money at once in my life. Every instinct screams to go show Mason. To prove him wrong right now. To drive past his apartment honking. Instead, I call Tony. I want to celebrate, but I also want to use this wisely. Then save it. Invest in equipment. Scale the business. Let your success speak louder than your mouth. That's harder than it sounds. Nothing worth doing is easy. Trust the process. I transfer $7,000 to savings and use the rest to buy professional equipment, better tools, commercial products, proper lighting. No flashy purchases. No celebrations. Just reinvestment. I rent a small garage bay in an industrial block. 220 square feet, concrete floors, garage door that sticks, but it's mine. I hang a hand-painted banner. Vale Auto Restoration. The space is gritty and cramped, but it's mine. I send Tony a photo with the caption, "Thanks for believing when I didn't." He responds, "You did the work. I just pointed the direction." My first week there, I complete 8 detailing jobs. My second week 12. Business is growing faster than I can handle alone. One morning, I arrived to find the garage door scratched with a key and some of my supplies missing. Wax, compounds, microfiber towels. I checked the security camera I installed after moving in. The footage shows someone in a hoodie at 2 a.m., keying my door, then going inside and taking things. I can't see the face clearly, but the gait looks familiar. The height. The build. Mason. It has to be. But I can't prove it. The hoodie obscures everything. I feel anger rising but push it down. Getting mad won't help. I buy replacement supplies and install a better lock. A luxury dealership calls. "We got your name from Sarah Chin. We have several high-end trade-ins that need full restoration before resale. Interested? What kind of vehicles?" "Right now. A Ferrari, an Aston Martin, and 2 Bentleys." I nearly drop my phone. "What's the timeline?" "We need them done within 2 weeks. Can you handle it?" This contract could change everything. But it's also enormous pressure. "Yes, I can handle it." "Great. Come by tomorrow to see the vehicles and sign the contract." When I hang up, my hands are shaking. Loving the story so far? Drop a comment with your location. Are you watching from Houston, Nairobi, Singapore, or somewhere else? We read every single one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up if you're rooting for Jordan, and share this with someone who's been counted out. Turn on notifications so you never miss these incredible stories. Now, back to the action. Tony helps me prep for the dealership contract. This is the biggest opportunity I've ever had, and I can't afford to mess it up. We pull 3 all-nighters in a row, working in shifts. I handle the detailed work while Tony manages logistics and quality control. The Ferrari arrives first. A 2018 488 GTB in Rosso Corsa Red. Gorgeous car, but the paint tells a story of neglect. Swirl marks from improper washing, oxidation from sitting outside, minor scratches from careless parking. I spend 18 hours on paint correction alone, working methodically through different grades of compound and polish. Tony checks my work with a special light that shows every imperfection. "Keep going. he says. This needs to be perfect. By dawn, the Ferrari's paint looks like liquid glass. Next comes the Aston Martin DB11. The interior is the main problem. Leather that's dried and cracked from years without conditioning, a dashboard covered in dust embedded deep in every crevice. I use specialized leather conditioners, working them in carefully with my hands. Hours of patient, repetitive work. My fingers ache, but I keep going. The Bentleys need everything. Full exterior correction. Complete interior restoration. Engine bay detailing. Even the wheel wells need attention. We work in parallel, Tony handling one Bentley while I work the other. Marcus and Luke come in to help with the washing and prep work. 72 hours. Minimal sleep. Living on coffee, energy drinks, and sheer determination. When we finally finish, all 4 cars sit in the dealership's private bay under perfect lighting. The dealership manager, a sharp-dressed man named Richard, walks slowly around each vehicle. He inspects the Ferrari's paint with a jeweler's loupe. He runs his fingers across the Aston Martin's leather. He checks every detail of the Bentley's exteriors. Finally, he straightens up and looks at me. How old are you? 23. And you did all this in 2 weeks? With help from my team, yes. He pulls out his phone and takes photos of each car from multiple angles. I've been in this business for 30 years. I've seen detailing from shops charging triple what you charge. This is better. Significantly better. Thank you. No, you don't understand. This level of work, this level of care, this is what luxury buyers expect. This is what keeps cars valuable. He extends his hand. I want to offer you a long-term contract. We have trade-ins constantly. 2 to 3 vehicles a week, every week. Can you handle that volume? My mind races. That's consistent work. Reliable income. A foundation to build on. With my current team, yes. I can handle it. Good. Come by my office tomorrow. We'll formalize the agreement. He hands me a check. I look at the amount, $12,000. My hand shakes slightly. This is exactly what this work is worth. And if you maintain this quality, there's a lot more where that came from. After he leaves, Tony and I sit in silence, staring at the 4 gleaming vehicles. Kid, Tony says finally, you just made it. You're a real business now. Yeah, I say, still processing. I guess I am. I have enough now to buy a decent used car. Maybe even a nice one. But something shifted in how I think. This isn't just about getting a better car anymore. It's about building something sustainable. Something that grows. I save almost all of it, keeping only enough for supplies and rent. I start planning how to hire help, how to expand, how to turn this into a real business. Mason's mockery echoes in my head sometimes. You'll never afford anything better. Watch me. At a family barbecue, Mason holds court talking about his new SUV. Fully loaded. Leather seats. Sunroof. Cost me a pretty penny, but I'm worth it. Everyone admires it. Dad asks questions about the engine. Mom comments on the color. Then Mason looks at me. Jordan, did your death trap even make it up the hill, or did you have to walk here? Laughter around the grill. Actually, I say calmly, I sold that car. Wasn't worth repairing. So you're on the bus now? More laughter. No. I've been busy with my business. Just moved into a proper office space, actually. The laughter stops. People look at me, confused. Office space? My dad asks. Yeah. Small garage bay for my auto detailing business. Business has been good. Mason's smile tightens. Oh, that's nice. But I see something flash in his eyes. Surprise. Maybe concern. Later, Mason corners me by the drinks. So this detailing thing is actually working out? Yeah. Pretty well. How well? Well enough. Whatever. It's probably just a phase. But his voice has an edge. 2 days later, he slips up during an argument about who should host Thanksgiving. I just think it's funny Jordan acts all successful when he's working out of a garage I've been to. He stops mid-sentence, realizing what he said. I go cold. You've been to my garage? I mean, I drove by once. At 2 a.m.? In a hoodie? His face goes red. It was just a joke, okay? A harmless prank. You keyed my door and stole my supplies. It was just messing around. I walk away shaking. Not with anger, with determination. He tried to sabotage me, and I'm still succeeding anyway. That's the ultimate motivation. I sign a lease on a larger bay, 600 square feet, proper drainage, better lighting, enough room for 3 cars at once. Tony helps me train 2 part-time helpers, a college student named Marcus and a retired mechanic named Lou. The new space gleams with professional equipment. A real business operation. I stand in the middle of it one evening after everyone leaves, just taking it in. From a dead car in my parents' driveway to this. In 7 months. A manager for a famous musician calls me. We need someone who can restore a rare imported vehicle for a magazine photo shoot. Very damaged. Very expensive. Very visible. Interested? What kind of vehicle? 1967 Jaguar E-Type. Complete restoration needed in 1 week. That's insane. That's impossible. Send me photos. The photos show a beautiful car underneath layers of neglect. Rusted chrome, cracked leather, oxidized paint. This is the hardest job I've ever been offered. I'll do it. That week nearly breaks me both physically and mentally. The Jaguar arrives on a flatbed truck Monday morning. When they roll it off, I see the full extent of the damage. The chrome is pitted with rust. The red leather interior is cracked and fading. The paint has oxidized from sitting in a garage for decades. The dashboard with veneer is splitting. Even the famous Jaguar badge is tarnished. But underneath all the neglect, I can see the bones of something beautiful. Marcus and Lou help me disassemble what we can. Seats, trim pieces, chrome accents. Everything that can be restored separately gets its own workstation. I work 18-hour days. Sleep 4 hours. Wake up and start again. Tuesday, paint correction and polishing. I spend 12 hours on the hood alone, working through progressively finer compounds until the red paint glows. Wednesday, chrome restoration. Every piece gets cleaned, polished, protected. Thursday, leather conditioning and repair. I carefully restore the seats using techniques I learned from YouTube videos, taking my time with each crack and tear. Friday, reassembly and final details. Everything comes together like a puzzle. Saturday morning, I step back and look at the completed car. It's stunning. Like it just rolled out of 1967 showroom. When the musician arrives with his manager and the magazine photographer, he walks around the car 3 times without speaking. I hold my breath, wondering if he's disappointed. Finally, he runs his hand along the hood. This is... He pauses, searching for words. This is beyond perfect. This is automotive art. Thank you. No, you don't understand. I've had this car for 10 years and couldn't find anyone capable of bringing it back. You did it in 1 week. This is extraordinary work. The magazine does the photo shoot right there in my garage. The musician posing with the Jaguar, the shots emphasizing the restoration. When they finish, he insists on taking photos with me, arm around my shoulder. You're tagged in everything we post, he says. You deserve the recognition. That afternoon, his Instagram posts go live to 3 million followers. This incredible Jaguar restoration by Vale Auto Restoration brought my dream car back to life. If you need work done, this is your guy. My phone starts buzzing and doesn't stop. Notifications flood in so fast they crash my Instagram app. Luxury car collectors, automotive enthusiasts, classic car owners, museum curators. Within 3 hours, I have 287 DM requests. Lou looks at my phone. Boss, you're going to need more help. Yeah, a lot more help. By Monday, I've hired 2 more detail specialists and a dedicated booking manager just to handle the influx. My small garage bay can't accommodate the demand anymore. It's time to scale. 3 months later, I walk into a dealership I've been visiting for weeks. I'd like to buy the 2025 electric roadster. The one in the showroom. Black exterior. Custom caramel interior. Mirror finish that reflects everything. The salesperson double-checks my financing approval. You're approved. Cash purchase? Cash purchase. It's everything my old hatchback wasn't. Everything Mason said I'd never afford. I drive it off the lot with a smile I can't suppress. But I don't drive it home. I don't post about it. I don't tell anyone. I keep it at a private garage I rent separately. Not yet. The timing has to be perfect. My mom calls. Jordan, we're having a birthday party for Mason next Saturday. Can you come? What time? 4 p.m. Oh, and Mason just got a new SUV he's excited to show everyone. Perfect timing. I'll be there. I arranged to borrow Tony's truck for the drive over. Saturday arrives. I pull up to my parents' house in Tony's beat-up pickup truck. Mason's brand new SUV sits prominently in the driveway, freshly waxed, gleaming. Inside, everyone admires it. Mason gives a full tour, heated seats, premium sound system, towing capacity. During dinner, he makes sure everyone knows what it cost. You really have to invest in quality, he says. Cheap cars are just money pits. He glances at me. Jordan, you should really think about upgrading. I know a good salesman. Everyone laughs. Maybe someday, I say neutrally. After dinner, after the cake, after the presents, I casually mention I need to grab something from my car. Mason, can you give me a ride to the corner? I park down the street. He looks annoyed but agrees. Anything to show off his SUV more. Sure, let's take my new ride. We drive slowly down the street. He's still talking about features. And the adaptive cruise control is. There, I say, pointing. That's mine. Under the streetlight, my black 2025 electric roadster sits gleaming like a jewel. The custom paint catches the light perfectly, deep black with metallic flake that sparkles under the street lamp. The chrome accents shine. The low profile gives it an aggressive, futuristic stance. Mason stops his SUV abruptly in the middle of the street. Whose car is that? I don't answer immediately. I pull out my key fob from my pocket and press the button. The Roadster's LED lights illuminate in sequence, headlights, side markers, taillights, in a choreographed welcome pattern. The mirrors unfold automatically. The doors unlock with a soft click. Mine, I say simply. That's yours? Mason's voice cracks slightly. Yeah. Bought it 3 months ago. Been keeping it here. I open the door of his SUV and step out. Walk slowly to my roadster. The door opens upward with smooth hydraulics. The interior lights illuminate the custom caramel leather seats, the carbon fiber trim, the digital dashboard that looks like something from a spaceship. I slide into the driver's seat. The car welcomes me with a soft chime, and the dashboard lighting up with my name. Welcome, Jordan. Mason has gotten out of his SUV now. He's standing in the street, mouth literally hanging open. How much does something like this cost? He asks, his voice small. More than your SUV. Quite a bit more. He walks around it slowly, like he's afraid to touch it. Your business makes enough for this? Yeah. It does now. People from the party have followed us outside, curious about where we went and why we're standing in the middle of the street. My dad appears first, walking down the sidewalk. When he sees the roadster, he stops mid-step. Jordan, is that? Yeah, Dad. That's mine. My mom comes next, then my aunt, then more family members and party guests. They form a semicircle around my car, staring in disbelief. The contrast is stark. Mason's nice but standard SUV sitting there with its door still open, and my custom electric roadster looking like it belongs in a magazine spread. I don't understand. My mom says, "How did you afford this?" Vale Auto Restoration. Remember? The business I started after my old car died. I gesture toward the house. Right there in your driveway a year ago. You all watched it happen. My dad walks closer, examining the car with the careful attention he usually reserves for things in museums. This is a serious vehicle, Jordan. Yeah, it is. Your business really does that well? It does now. Started small. Worked hard. Got lucky with some viral videos. Built it up slowly. Mason is still standing there, frozen. The brother who made the calendar reminder to check if I was still driving a garbage can, in 1 year is staring at a car worth more than he makes in a year. Nobody laughs. Nobody makes jokes. Nobody suggests I need an upgrade. They just stare at proof that everything they assumed about me was wrong. Well, I say, settling into my seat, I should get going. Long drive home. I close the door. The engine makes no sound. Electric motors are silent. But the dashboard comes alive with lights and displays. I pull away smoothly, the roadster gliding down the street like it's floating. In my rearview mirror, I see them all still standing there, watching me drive away. The girl at the dealership asked me what color I wanted for the custom lighting. I chose ice blue. Cold. Calculated. Perfect. Just like my revenge. On the drive home, Mason calls me. Jordan. Hey. Can we talk? We're talking. I mean, really talk. I was an asshole. About your car. About your business. About everything. Yeah. You were. Silence on the line. I'm sorry. I didn't think you'd actually. I didn't think you could. Afford anything better? Yeah. That. I pull over, engine humming quietly. Mason, you watched me struggle and you mocked me. You sabotaged my garage. You made jokes while I was building something real. I know. I was jealous. That surprises me. Jealous? You took a risk. Started something from nothing. I've just coasted in my corporate job, never building anything. When you started succeeding, it made me look at my own life. That scared me. I'm quiet, processing. Do you think you could help me start something? Teach me what you learned. I think about that for a long moment. Maybe, but you'll have to respect the work first. Respect what it actually took to get here. I will. I promise. Then we'll talk. I drive home in my roadster, windows down, city lights reflecting off the hood. 1 year ago, my car died in my parents' driveway while Mason filmed and laughed. Now I own a business that makes more in a month than my old job paid in a year. Now I drive a car that turns heads everywhere I go. Now my brother calls me asking for advice instead of making jokes. The transformation didn't happen overnight. It happened in a grimy garage, during all-nighters, through blistered hands and constant doubt. It happened because I refused to let Mason's mockery become my ceiling. He mocked my old car. He never expected what I'd be driving a year later. Honestly, neither did I. But sometimes, the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's building something so undeniable that the people who laugh can't help but respect it. Mason wanted to embarrass me with that video. Instead, he gave me the fuel I needed. So thanks, big brother. For the motivation. For the deadline. For reminding me that I had something to prove. The engine hums as I pull into my garage. My garage. My business. My car. My success. All built from a broken-down hatchback and stubborn determination. They don't make fun of me anymore. They can't. Not when I'm driving proof that they were wrong. What an incredible journey. Thanks for watching till the end. Please let us know in the comments where you tuned in from. We absolutely love hearing from our amazing global audience. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up if Jordan's story inspired you. Share this with someone who's been underestimated. And hit that notification bell so you catch all our future stories. Remember, the people who mock your struggles today will be silent when they see your success tomorrow. Keep grinding. Keep building. Keep proving that you're capable of more than anyone expected. See you in the next one. The protagonist of this story is Jordan Vale.